Alright, now we're going to continue with the same topic. I'm going to discuss different type of sounds. In this session, we will discuss about the O sound. The most difficulty is that most non-native speakers substitute these sounds for each other. For example, instead of saying not, they say note, because sometimes they don't follow the rules to pronounce the words correctly, and they need to understand the basic rules in order to go with the correct pronunciations. Substituting the O for the AH sound. In addition, they say love instead of love because they substitute the AH sound for the short UH sound. Clearly, learning how to pronounce these vowels correctly is more challenging than when a speaker needs to learn how to make the TH sound. So learning each and every category, learning each and every sound is very important. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this session. This is because the placement of the TH sound is easier because tongue has to be in between your teeth, and the TH is also the most consistent sound in the English language. The written O, however, is one of the least reliable sounds in English, which leads to confusions and mispronunciations. But as I did mention already, we need to learn the O sound, and we need to discuss in details. Also, as I mentioned the first part of the video, that you need to practice more and more. Practice is the only way you can change your sound. Now, I do have a suggestion here. When you learn a new sound, what you need to do is you need to open some paragraph and start reading. When you see these sounds, when you see these guidelines, speak and pronounce the words properly. More practice give you a better accent. So what can a non-native speaker do to try and distinguish between the different pronunciation of the written O? Let's go and discuss. The O sound, how do you pronounce the letter O? Most frequently, the O is pronounced as an AH sound, an UH, or an actual O. So in this definition, there are three different ways to pronounce letter O when it comes at the beginning of the word, in between the word, or at the end. So we need to learn all three type of O's. Okay, if you know the phonetic alphabet, of course, these sounds are written differently. However, to keep this information user-friendly, we will not be using the phonetic symbols. Okay, in the first case, when the O is pronounced as an AH, your mouth opens vertically and the sound you produce is long, like the letter long. Now, it means that the A will give a sound of AH, or in other words, let me make it more easier for you. O will give you a sound of AA, like the letter long. So long is not long. Okay, this sound occurs in the following words, like on hot, not, stop, and gone. Okay, there are so many examples. You can also find out where O is going to give a sound of AH or AA. This sound is actually the one you produce when you go to the doctor and he says open your mouth and say ah. Okay, when O is pronounced as an UH sound, your mouth is open slightly and the back of your tongue is up towards the roof of your mouth near your throat, and the sound is short. This sound occurs in the words love, mud, some, and oven. Okay, finally, the third pronunciation. The other pronunciation of the letter O is actual O sound. When you make by protruding your tip forward and prolong the sound slightly. Okay, the word go, no, home, and coat are all pronounced with this O sound. Okay, look at the group of sentences and below and assess your accuracy for correct sound production. Okay, so let's first practice the first type of letter O, which is giving you a sound of AH or AA. John is not hot. Okay, Molly discovered the plot of the novel in the first chapter. Tom had an operation on Thursday. While jogging, Bob dropped his watch. Okay, now all these words I like to point out to you. Please see the cursor on the screen. Now in John, it's actually not John, it's John. Okay, is not hot, not hot. Now in the second sentence, you see Molly discovered the plot of the novel. Okay, Tom jogging, Bob dropped. Now all these are giving you a sound of AH or AA. Okay, so let's discuss and look at the example of second type of O. In second type of O, my mother loves fudge. On Monday, my cousin is coming to brunch. I wonder if the food in the oven is done. I won a lovely new brush. Now, you see all these kind of O's in these words are giving a sound of UH, like mother. You do feel that in this O, it gives a sound of UH. Loves. Okay, Monday, cousin. Okay, coming, wonder, Owen, one, lovely. All these letter O is giving a sound of UH. Now let's go and discuss the type 3 when O is actually giving a sound of O. These are easier to understand because most of the time as second language speakers we always pronounce letter O as letter O. Okay, so this is easier to understand because you don't need to change anything. This is already the way you're talking. No, I won't go home. All these words, won't, go, home, you actually feel that O is sound like an O. Jody, please open the soap. Your homework is located under your coat. Joe broke a bone when he fell off the boat. Now all these words are giving a sound of actually O, not anything else. Like in the word no, won't, home, Jody, open, soap, your, homework, located, coat, Joe, broke, bone, and boat. Now, as I advised already, you need to practice more and more. Okay, now if you have learned these 3 rules and if you apply these 3 rules only in the reading session whenever you're doing any reading in front of people or alone or in front of mirror, you need to practice all these sounds properly. Okay, more you do, better is the chance that your language is going to be improving. Let's hear some more examples fitting on these three criteria. Let's go back to this rule, the first rule, as we discussed. Okay, now in this rule I would give some examples, which is possible, lot, hot, pot, caught. You can also find some example yourself as well. Okay, in the second rule, like mother, loves, Monday, cousin, coming, haughty, lollipop, okay. Now in the third, as O is pronounced as a simple O, which gives a sound of O. So what you need to do is practice more and more, find more words. Maybe I could not give you much of the examples here, but if you open a paragraph, when you're reading, you will be able to find all sort of O's, which are giving different kind of sounds. So when you're reading, it's important for you to understand the all type of O's and follow all type of O's and these rules as well. More you practice, better is the chance your accent is going to be changing with time. Thank you guys. Let's wait for the other video. Let's check the next videos as well, in which we will discuss all 4 type of T's. Now T's are also important, so you need to practice that as well. And I bet you one thing, that if you practice these rules more and more, this will make some difference in your accent. So please click on the next video, in which you can watch and learn about all 4 type of T's. Thank you guys.